Warren, you can do it!
Come on, Warren. It's up to you, baby.
That day in Omaha, everybody remembers the home run, everybody remembers the hit, but few know the whole story.
I know it's been a few years, but you've told this story a lot of times, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask the question that maybe you hadn't answered, and that's, do you remember what was going on inside of your head when you were in the hole?
I do. I mean, I can remember, you know, even though we were down and, you know, last inning, down to your last 3 outs, I still had this feeling we were just a team of destiny. Somehow we were going to come back. I didn't know how, didn't know if I was part of it or what, but I just felt like it wasn't going to end with us not winning the championship. So, you know, you're in the dugout, we get the first guy on, he goes to third base. So I can remember those thoughts of being in the dugout, just, you know, knowing my turn's coming up, but, you know, it's still that soft focus because you don't know the situation at the time. But then that carries over to when I do walk up, and now I'm on deck. And now at this point, we've got 1 out, the tying run's on third, and, you know, one of our best hitters, Tim Lanier's up, and, you know, he has a great at-bat, battles away, it gets down full count, and, you know, pitcher just really makes a great pitch. That happens, and he strikes out. And, you know, now all of a sudden, those emotions try to take over, and you start wondering, this is it. Am I going to be the last out? You know, does it all come down to me? And that's whenever I think the big difference for me was Tim walked by and he said those words to me that it means so much. And he just said, pick me up. You know, he said I wasn't able to do it. And those words, I kind of understood the whole story of I've been there. I have not always come through, but at that point, he just said, pick me up. And from then, as I walked from on deck to the batter's box, my focus was just on, hey, I'm just going to be aggressive. I'm not going to think about all the things that could happen. I'm going to think about what I can control. Step in there, swing at the first pitch, and good things did happen.
You kept talking about what you were thinking and what you were feeling. And that's really the new news. You know, we never looked at that. It's always been, for most athletes, it's always been the physical, what we see. And we saw a wonderful thing in you that day, didn't we?
Oh, absolutely.
But the class, this workshop, and everything we're doing is about what you were thinking. And that's really the assignment we have for everybody in this clip. You know, it's called the TEA model, Warren, and science now validates this. But what we want to have our coaches and our parents start asking of their young athletes is, what are you thinking? And it's specifically during your best performance. So a lot of times we have to ask them to think back, right, to that great performance. And as you're thinking back, what we want you to start asking is, what were you thinking when you had that personal best moment? And that's the $1 million question.
Something for you to do. I mean, easy exercise. When you're at home, you're watching your favorite team on TV, Major League. Think about to turn the volume down. Turn the volume down, watch the game, and I want you to put yourself in that player's position. What do you think that player is thinking? What is he thinking up at the plate? What is that pitcher thinking? What's going through his head? By doing that, kind of gives you that awareness of it's more than just pitching the balls and running the bases. There's so much more involved that goes through, you know, your mind and what's in your head.
Excellent. You know, these are skill sets, Warren, that we're teaching. We call it mindset, but this is definitely enabling an athlete to get to what we call optimal. When you can get the right mindset in that moment, your performance, I mean, this is stats-based. We've been doing this so long, we can actually guarantee a stat impact if you can learn how to get inside your head. And that's just a snippet of the TEA model, to which we're going to give you a lot more in the workshop coming up.